The year 2016, what a year to be alive. The controversies keep rolling in. The latest is from the Okoye household. Peter Okoye says he doesn't want Jude Okoye to manage PSquare again. Paul Okoye signing Jude Okoye. What are your thoughts?
First of all, I think we're tired of any PSquare controversy right now, or Okoye's controversy. Like, we're really tired. We're not even amused. It's not even interesting. If you see an Olamide and Don Jazzy have a verbal throwdown, it's interesting to watch, right? But anything with PSquare right now,
it's not fresh anymore.
It's not fresh. So right now we should be seeing, because these guys are in their own fields, they are legends.
14 years in the game.
14 years in the game, 5 fantastic albums, you know. 6 albums. 6 fantastic albums, you know. So we should be seeing them do better things, like, you know, go to schools and, you know, how you empower the youth, you know, drop a couple of singles, maybe more collaborations, you know, something more interesting.
This controversy has obviously, you know, created a lot of headlines. Now there's some conspiracy theorists out there saying this is just a PR stunt, a gimmick for them to drop their next album.
If this is a PR stunt, it's tasteless. In fact, it's distasteful. If this is a PR stunt, then it's the wackest PR stunt I've seen after Skippy dying. Trust me. First of all, nobody even believes. See, like, we're done with PSquare. You know, with all that controversial stuff. We just want to see good music from them.
What do you think about the guy in the middle of all this, Okoye? Well, he's not really in the middle anymore, because he said he's with Jude Okoye. Do you think
and I like Paul. Paul has said, you know what, I still want to stick with Jude, right? So he doesn't care about Peter or his feelings, because he has said, see, bro, I want to stick with Jude. I think Jude is going to be a good manager for me. Simple. So it means Peter needs to wake up and smell the coffee. What's the coffee? If he doesn't want to work with Jude Okoye again, he had better. Do you know, they can even work together. Who says Peter Okoye can't get his own manager while Jude is managing Paul? And they can actually still be function as PSquare. Why can't we just think outside the box here? It's simple. Why must PSquare have one manager? Why can't they have separate managers? I'm not surprised that he's leaving. Why? Because Olamide has always said it. Olamide has always said, you know, he is trying to invest in these guys to the point where they can stand on their own. And that's what's happening. So this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but what kind of business structure is that? Lil Kesh is making you mad money.
Yeah.
Why do you now say, oh, you know, I'm gonna let you go and do your own thing? Obviously, Olamide's cut would have been reduced by now, because he's coming in as just a manager.
Well, it's very simple. Olamide signed him for 2 years. After the 2-year recording contract, it is up to them to revisit the contract and say, okay, let's sign for another period, or we just, you know, we don't sign.
Music is a funny business. Yeah. How are we sure that Lil Kesh can make it on his own?
Here's the super trick. He's still being managed by Olamide's team.
But how far?
Olamide has a fantastic manager, Alex Okeke,
yes,
right? And they are working together, and they will keep managing Lil Kesh. So record-wise, making the records, recording the songs and all that, fine. I don't know. Lil Kesh needs to sort himself out, which he hasn't done badly so far.
Yeah.
But now he's going to be managed by Olamide. This is the kind of setup we need, because it is an independent hustle in Nigeria. Record labels cannot function properly. Okay, you just have a few labels like the Mavins who are actually doing so well as to keeping the label structure tidy and proper. Other than that, Olamide, Fino, all these guys they're independent artists. We've all heard backstories about how artists don't want to make the other artists they sign as big as they are, because they are jealous, or they are just a bit selfish about it. Olamide didn't think about that. See, Shoki became so big, it was bigger than any Olamide song. Olamide is also a hardworking guy, so he brought out Shakiti Bobo and the other songs, right? But Olamide jumped on Shoki.
About Davido too.
Do you understand? Now, Shoki was performed at the Channel Music Awards. Olamide, Kesh, and Davido. If that song didn't exist, if Olamide didn't think of bringing Davido, using his influence to bring Davido on the record to do a hot remix, they wouldn't have performed at Channel Music Awards. It's that simple. At the end of the day, he has a very, very good question he has been asking us for months now. Who you help? Who you help? Do you understand?
Yeah.
You have to help people to help you. And if Olamide has signed these guys, broken them as artists, all they need to do now is also sign other people and break other people. And that is the super chain we're looking for. This might just be something that will grow the industry.
We are back again with Davido. Now, he has done something very confusing and puzzling. He has created another record label, Davido Music Worldwide. What do you think about this? To me, it sounds absurd.
Well, you know, it comes that time in every man's life where you start to take your business very seriously. And it seems like that is what Davido is doing right now. Okay, so Davido Music Worldwide, right,
yeah.
is what is signed to Sony.
Yes.
Okay, and HKN now
Standing
stands on the side.
Yeah.
DMW,
Yes.
am I right?
Yeah.
Is now the business. Okay, and he has gone ahead to sign a couple of artists. Hey.
Okay, so this is a strange thing. Why sign a couple of artists to your new record label when you have HKN already? Why didn't you just sign it to HKN?
Who's in HKN?
We have B-Red.
Crap.
We have Shino Rambo.
Crap.
Danagog.
Average crap.
I don't know the other guys again, but
That's it. I want to set up a new business. I've been running something on the side in Nigeria. I traveled to the US. I signed with some of the biggest labels, one of the biggest labels in the US, and I set up a new structure, right? Now, I want to sign some new artists. Would I sign those guys that I've been trying to push for years and have not broken through or have not broken out? Hey, let's call a spade a spade. B-Red and Shino Rambo are not the most talented artists.
definitely we are.
Funny enough, you also have artists like them in this country that are even doing averagely well, but they've not been able to break into the industry. There is no level of success at all. This is after videos. What more do you want from videos co-signed from one of the biggest pop artists in Africa, right?
Yeah.
What else do you want? Push. Hasn't he? See, Kesh had half of that. Wizkid had just about the same thing. So you can't blame Davido. If he does the maths, music business, they call it showbiz, show business, music business. It's music business because it's actually a business. He's going to write his profit and loss. Calculate, oh, can these guys even make money for me in the next few years? How much have I invested in them? How is it even possible if they are going to make money from me? What has been the proof that they can actually make money from me? Do you understand? That has not, we've not seen that.
I feel the timing is kind of wrong. That now that you're signing this big deal with Sony, it feels like he's abandoning the guys.
Yes, he abandoned them, yes.
That's kind of cold.
How is it cold? If I sign you and I'm fulfilling my own part of the deal by providing you all these things and you cannot provide me a hit song, which hit song has B-Red or Shino Rambo provided?
The big question, Wizkid has done a whole lot in his career. Do you think Wizkid is a legend?
Definitely a legend in the making.
Why?
Definitely a legend in the making. Why? Because, see, what it took PSquare, Two-Face, and the band, it took these guys years to achieve, especially Two-Face and PSquare.
It could be a matter of timing.
No, that's what I'm saying. But he took them a lot of years to achieve what they have done. It took Wizkid like 2-3 years. In his third year, Wizkid was signing a management deal with Disturbing London in the UK. You understand? Jumping on tracks already. So, he's definitely a legend in making. He has hastened the process.
Yeah,
okay, Wizkid and Davido, they've done that. They spent it.
Do you think the likes of Two-Face, PSquare,
yeah,
hasten the process for the next generation of Wizkid and Davido?
That's why we call Two-Face a legend.
True.
So if you come into the market and you speed it up, if you come into the market and accelerate that process, something that took some people 8 years, you do it in 3 years. Fam, you are getting to that legendary status because not everybody in Wizkid's timeline has done the same thing. This didn't happen by chance. This is a result of hard work. This is a result of always recording non-stop, being very diligent with what he does, putting in the work, working with the right producers, not just working hard but also working smart, connecting with the guys in the UK, linking up with Skepta linking up with Drake, putting him on a Joel Egbari mix, working his way towards that place. The boy has been in the US for a long time. You remember all the time he was hooking up with Chris Brown? Yeah. That everybody just thought it was wasted effort. Was Wizkid doing with Chris Brown? All these things, they've just led up to this perfect moment. You understand? Jumping on a track that is the #1 track in the US. This is the Billboard charts. This is the most respected charts in the world. Take it or leave it. And it's so surprising how one guy from Canada, a Filipino chick and a Nigerian are dominating the charts right now. A US chart is incredible. Okay, so we have to give Wizkid Davido a lot of props. And you have some young people coming back. You have Ricardo Banks, Korede Bello, Lil Kesh, some young guys. There's Kiss Daniel. There's a lot of them. Okay, and these guys are the future also. So they just need to put in hard work and need to work smart. They have the songs, they have the fan base in Nigeria. They need to build on their craft, double up and scale up. Yes, it's possible. Okay, now with the attention of the world on our kind of music, do you think that the Nigerian music industry is ready We don't still have an industry, so that is a big problem. You see how Wizkid has what? Drake didn't come here.
Yes.
Did they release the single officially in Nigeria?
Nope.
So we still have our problem in Nigeria. We are suffering. There is no industry because there's no infrastructure.
So we can't capitalize.
There is
on
no
these
publishing. Okay, they are what we call labels are just big powerhouses, and they are not up to 5.
There are no royalty.
No royalties. We thank God we have one body that even collects money on behalf of the artist, Koson. But other than that, there's no touring.
No touring revenue.
There's no merchandising. It's still a problem. There's no publishing. So we have a problem in Nigeria. So in as much as we are celebrating these successes, you know, with Wizkid, with Davido and the likes, let's still have at the back of our minds that what our industry is shit.
We need to capitalize off the momentum right now.
So right now, it is only people venturing into the American or the European market that's what will make sense. That process will make sense. But they coming here is still the same problem. So they are not even stepping into this. They are not even stepping into this zone.
Because Drake has not even been to Nigeria, not even performed in Nigeria.
There's no point.
But he has the hottest Nigerian act of his song.
But I mean, how much is he going to make? Can he tour?
No.